Welcome to TOneAcademy. In this video, we are going to discuss one more concept, that is statements and conclusions, students. So already we discussed statement and assumptions. Please do watch that video so that you will have an idea that how we are approaching to these conclusions. Okay, here they will give us a statement, and from that we need to derive some conclusions. So definitely this conclusion should be said in the statements, then only we can derive it. Now we will see that statements and conclusions, students. Now in this type of questions, a statement is given followed by two conclusions. We have to find out which of these conclusions definitely follow the statement. Just which of this one? Simple understanding. Conclusion means a fact that can be truly inferred from the contents given in the sentence. So definitely and 100% it should be given in the statement, and it should 100% support the statement. Those type of conclusions only we will consider it as correct. All the conclusions are not correct for us. We cannot do any guesses here. Earlier in the statement and assumptions, we made some guess that it might happen, this is the reason, but here you should not make any assumptions here. So definitely the words should be there in the statement, then only we will accept it, else we will not accept that one. Right? So these are the option sets. Only one is follows, only one will follow, only two will follow, either and neither. Both follows is not at all there in this option, so accordingly we will try to solve the problems. Now see the first one. The oceans are storehouse of practically every mineral, inclusion uranium. So it is the storehouse for all the minerals including uranium. But like most other minerals, it is found extremely low concentration. That means most of the minerals are in very low concentration. Similarly, uranium is also in low concentration. About 3 grams per 1,000 tons of water. So that is the ratio they are given for us. Now, the oceans are cheap source of uranium. See here, students, it doesn't mean that it is a cheap source. By seeing, you may think that 3 grams per 1,000 tons means, can we measure the water quantity in an ocean? It will be in some lakhs and crores of tons, right? So that means when you see as an ocean, this quantity will be in kilograms and many other things. So that means we cannot say that oceans are cheap source of uranium. They can also be a very good source of uranium. Next, the ocean harbors radiation hazards. See here, students, does they anywhere spoke about the radiation here? See, it may or may not be in reality, that is secondary. But does they mention anything about this one, about radiation in my given statement? No, they doesn't mention. So here none follows. So here none follows. None of the conclusions follows my given statements. Next one. Today, out of the world population of several thousand millions, the majority of men have to live under government which refuse them personal liberty and the right to dissent. So majority of the people are living under the governments where they are refusing the personal interests. That is the thing they mentioned in the statement. Yes, we should consider, see whether that is a positive statement or negative statement, we should always consider it as a true one, and based on that only we need to solve. Now, people are indifferent to personal liberty and to the right of dissent. Yes, they are indifferent. People decide personal liberty and the right to dissent. Yes, right. People are indifferent to personal liberty and the right to dissent. First, now see here, indifferent means what? Their opinion is different. Their opinion is different from what actually the personal liberty and the right to dissent is. Does they mention anything about the public's opinion? No, that is not at all possible for me. So that is not implicit. Next, people desire personal liberty and the right to dissent. Yes, that is the reason they are still, and that is the thing which was mentioned in the statement, right? Yes, people are desiring it, but they are under the governments where they will refuse these desires. So this one is correct for us. So here only second one will follow my given statements. Only my second statement will follow the given statements. Okay, right? See the next one. It has been decided by the government to withdraw 33% of subsidy on cooking gas from the beginning of next month. A spokesperson of the government. Yes, the government has decided that they want to withdraw the 33% subsidy on the cooking gas. Now, people no more desire. See, it is not the desire of public, it is the desire of government. So people no more desire or needs a subsidy from the government as they can afford. See, does they mention about the people's interest? No. Does they mention anything about the affordability of the public? No, they doesn't mention about the financial status also. So both the things we can cancel it. Next, the price of cooking gas will increase at least by 33% from the next month. This one requires some calculation. Why? See, for example, if the price is 1000 rupees, for example, if the cooking gas price is 1000 rupees, now in this 33% withdrawn means, usually the public we used to get the cooking gas for 670 rupees. Why? Because there is a subsidy of 330 rupees here. Now they need to pay how much? 1000 rupees. Why? Because there is no subsidy. There is no subsidy, the public should pay. See, actually the price of gas is some 1000 rupees. There is a subsidy of 330. So earlier people used to pay 670 rupees. Now the subsidy was removed. That means the public should pay the complete 1000 rupees. So from here to here, how much it is increased? 330 by 670 into 100. This is the increase in the price. 0, 0 get cancels and approximately it is 2 times and it is increasing by how much? 50%. This is one case. That is not for all the cases. This is one case. Assume that if the price is some 100 rupees. Earlier they used to get for what? 67 rupees. Earlier they used to get for 67 rupees. Now they are purchasing for what? 100 rupees. 100 rupees, right? Now from here to here, what is the increase in the percentage? 33%, right? 33%. Or else how much it is increased? 33 rupees is increased. So 33 by, actually it is what? 67 into 100. So if you observe carefully, how much it is increasing, how much the public expenditure is increasing by, more or less equal to 50% approximately. But what they are telling, the price of cooking gas will increase at least by 33% from the next month. That is wrong, right? So that one is also not implicit. So here none follows. Actually it will impact the price by 50%. It will impact the price by 50%, not by 33%. It will impact the price by 50%. Next one. The book Z is the only book. That means that is the only book which focuses its attention on the problem of poverty in India between 1950 and 1980. Yes, there is only one book, that is book Z, which is focusing on poverty of India from 1950 to 1980. Yes, that is correct. That is the statement they made. Now, there was no question of poverty before 1950. Does they spoke anything about before 1950 in the statement? No. So that is not implicit, or it is not following my given statement. No other books deal with poverty in India during 1950 to 1980. Yes, that is correct. Why? Because they mentioned that it is the only book. Only book means there is no other book. So obviously this will become the only book. So that is correct. So here only second one follows for me. Only second one follows for me. See, whatever the things which was mentioned in the statement, we will consider it as 100% true, and then keeping that as 100% true only, we are checking the conclusions. Don't make any assumption that there might be some other book. No, it is not like that. We should definitely think that the given statements are 100% correct, and based on that only, we will check the conclusions. Right, next. The Electricity Board of State X has given ultimatum to the farmers to either regularize their electric connection by the end of June 2000 or face the legal procedure. That is the request they given to the ultimatum they given to the farmers. Next, the Electricity Board of State X has failed to provide regular connections to the farmers. Does they mention about their regular connections here? No. Next, as the farmers of State X have small farms, they don't need electricity for agriculture. Does they mention anything about the farmers or small farms or about the requirement of electricity? Nowhere here. So here none follows. Here none follows. So simple, students, the words or the things which was not mentioned in the statements, if they give in the conclusion, blindly you can strike it off. Don't think that in general this will happen, in general that. You should not make such type of assumptions here. Why? Because these are statement conclusions. So you should not make any assumptions. Whatever the things which are given in the statement, those things only should be seen in the conclusions. Okay, if a new word things or new words are seen in the conclusion means directly you can cancel them. Okay, no need to consider those things. Next, we follow some of the best and effective teaching learning practice used by leading institutes all over the world. A statement of professor from MN Institute. Now see here students, this was a perspective from a person. A person is telling this one. It may or may not be true. Why? Because these are statements told by a person, not an individual, I mean as a general statement. So statements told by a person may or may not be true. Usually you can take that as 50-50 in this statement conclusions. But we will see. The MN Institute is one of the leading institute of the world. Does he told that anywhere that we are following that one? But our institute is not, does he mention anything about his institute where it is a leading one or not a leading one? No. So that one is not following my given statement. Next one, whether whatever is being followed by world's leading institutes will be definitely be good and useful. See here students, is it correct? See, whatever a person does, assume let him be a successful person. It doesn't mean that all the things done by him are good. There might be some mistakes, definitely which will be done by him. So similarly here also, leading institutes are following some methods or some tricks, whatever it is. It doesn't mean that all the methods or the rules which are followed by them are 100% correct and they are perfect. So that one is also wrong for us. So here none follows. None follows my given statements. Next, in the absence of national health insurance, okay, in the absence of national health insurance or social security cover, a person with limited resources has to depend on government hospitals. Yes, which are crowded, overburdened and understaffed. Yes, these are the conditions of the government hospitals. We will consider that these are correct. These are correct. Crowded, overburdened and understaffed. We will consider yes, it is correct regarding the government hospital. Next, national health insurance is meant only for the affluent sections of society. Does they mention about to whom the national health insurance will be given? No, right, in the statement. So that one is wrong. The government hospitals provide treatment on nominal charges or free. That is the reason, right? Those who cannot afford, they are going to government hospitals. Yes, that is correct. So here only 2 follows. See here students, a person with limited resources. By using this, we can say that treatment for on nominal charges. He is having limited resources. That is the reason he is going to government hospitals. So that means the government is providing at nominal charges or for free of cost. Yes, there are some government hospitals where you need to pay nominal charges, students. That is the reason they mentioned this one. Okay, right. Next one. We do not need today in India extraordinary specialists, but those trained ordinary doctors who are dedicated to their profession. India extraordinary specialists, but those who trained ordinary doctors who are dedicated to their professions. Now what the statement is telling us here is, we don't require the extraordinary or the specialists for us. In today's situation, right now, in these prevailing situations, we don't require the specialists. Who we actually require is the doctors who are very determined and punctual, dedicated to their profession. Those type of doctors we require. We don't require any specialists of this kind and that kind. That is the statement. Conclusion. We should promote medical profession with dedicated ordinary doctors rather than promoting high specialized medical education. That is our requirement. So definitely yes, we should promote medical profession with dedicated ordinary doctors rather than promoting high specialized medical education. Yes, that is the correct, right? That is the thing which was mentioned here. We don't require them. The specialists we don't require. Who we require is actually the dedicated professionals. So the first conclusion is correct. See students, don't judge that whether that statement is correct or wrong. What happens here is, whenever you see these type of questions, usually our own perspective try to intervene in this type of statements. Here you should definitely think that this statement is 100% correct. Don't put your own views on this. And don't think that no, we require the definitely we require the specialist. So this is against to my statement. It is not based on your perception. It is based on the given statement. So you should obey that. The statement is correct and then you should solve it. Okay. Now, so we promote medical professions with dedicated ordinary doctors rather than promoting. Yes, that is correct and it will follow my given statement. Next, extraordinary specialists are not dedicated to their professions. Does they anywhere mentioned that one? No, it is not mentioned. So that is not following for us. So here only one follows my given statements. Only one follows my given statements here. Okay, statement here. Next, the government will review the present policy of the diesel price in view of further spurt in the international oil prices. That means rise in the oil price. That means government will make a review on the oil price or the diesel price. A spokesperson of the government said. Okay, now continue. The government will increase the price of the diesel after the imminent spurt in the international oil prices. There is a chance. The government will not increase the price of, see, this is a decision based one, right? The government will review. We don't know whether they will increase or decrease, that is secondary. But the government is just reviewing. So either the government may increase or the government may not increase, or they can maintain the same price. Two chances are there in that review meeting. So either or will be our answers. Why? Because government is making a review, not a decision. Government have not made any decision yet. This is based on decision and consumption. In statement and assumptions also we discussed about this consumption things, students. These things may or may not happen. So that is how we need to approach and we need to solve this type of questions. Right? Next one. Vegetable prices are soaring in the market. That is the statement. Vegetable prices are soaring in the market. That is the statement they given for us here. Now, vegetables are becoming a rare commodity. See, they are speaking about the price, but not about their availability. They are not speaking about their availability. Don't think that your perception by putting that, sir, as they are not available, that is the reason the price is increasing. You should not put any assumption here. Does they mention about anything about the availability of the vegetables here in the given statement? No, right? So this is wrong. Don't interfere and don't don't make any inferences that because of this less availability only the prices have risen up. No, you should not make any such inferences here. Okay, next, people cannot eat vegetables. Does they mention about whether the people are consuming vegetables or not? No, that one is also here none follows. See students, don't make any inferences by your own by making prices rising means there might be multiple reasons. Why only on availability? There might be multiple reasons. So that is the reason you cannot make any inference here until and unless they are mentioned in the statement. Next one. Being from a business family, Chandan was apparently convinced by his parents and other family members to join the family trade. He was convinced to the family trade as he was a business family, from a business. Next. People should take up their family profession on the family and the family prospers. Does they anywhere spoke about the prosperity of the family? They simply they told that they forced him to do the business. It doesn't mean that he will prosper or it is not mentioned. So it is not following. There doesn't spoken about the prosperity here. It is necessary to keep in family members happy by choosing family. See, about the family members happiness, does they spoke here? No. So here none follows. Until and unless the words like this are not used in the statement, you cannot assume or you cannot do anything. Nowhere in the statement they mentioned about the happiness of the family. So that is not following for us. Okay. Next one. Global ecological issues have eclipsed local environmental problems which are being faced by poor societies. They are speaking about only poor societies. Okay. Poor societies always have to suffer because of their poverty. See, actually the context is what, students? The ecological issues have eclipsed local environmental, about ecology and the environment they are speaking. Does they spoke about anything about the poverty here? in the statement, see, this is a universal fact, even though that is a, see, poor societies always have to suffer because of their poverty, that is a universal fact, but does it anywhere related to my given statement? Anywhere related to my given statement? No, it is not related, so it is not correct. Don't think in a generalized manner and don't mark it as follows. Next, global ecological issues are not so important. Rich societies can bear with it. Does they mention about anything here? Right? No, not so important. No, they are important. So here none follows. None follows. Next, of the 10 fishermen caught in a storm, 9 managed to return to the shore. Praveen has yet to return after 4 days. So 9 were caught in that one. Okay, out of 10, 9 were caught in the, 9 returned to the shore, and Praveen has not yet returned to after 4 days. So what are the chances? Either he may die or he may be returned. So Praveen got killed in the storm. That is one chance. Praveen has survived the, see, he doesn't return after 4 days. Yet returned after 4 days. That means he may return after 5 days also, right? There is a chance. There is a hope. So either one or two conclusions will follow here. We cannot tell exactly what will happen. He may survive or he may be killed. Right? So here our answer becomes either or. These type of situations you mark your answer as either or. Next set, conclusion set, only conclusion 1 follows, either or both follow. So here none follows is not at all possible for the next set of questions. None follows is not at all possible for the next coming up questions. Right? Now we will see the questions. Interest rate will be fixed on the basis of our bank's rate prevailing on the day of the deposit and refixed every quarter thereafter. So that means it depends on what? The bank's interest. The bank can decide what is the rate of interest and on that date, and next it can, and refixed every quarter thereafter. That means every quarter year or something like that, whenever they are interested, they can change that one. Now, it is left to the depositor to guard their interest. No, it was the bank who will decide what is the interest rate. So that is wrong. Next, the bank's interest rates are subject to change on day-to-day basis depending on market position. Yes, that is the reason, right? It will depend on the day when which, if it is fixed, they will say that always it is fixed. It will change. So here our answer becomes only 2 follows the given statements. Only 2 follows the given statement. See here students, these type of questions are very easy. But which type of questions will means where our common sense start working, those type of questions are very difficult to answer. So don't make any inferences. Once again I am telling, in case of statement and conclusions, until and unless they are very clearly mentioned in the statement, even though that is an universal fact or something other thing, we will say that it is false. Okay, next one. Death keeps on calendar. Man must die one day. Death can come at any time. Death keeps no calendar. That means it will not have any calendar. That means we cannot expect when the death comes. That is the meaning of the statement. Man must die one day. Yes, that is correct. Man must die one day. But is it relevant to my this one? Is it relevant to my statement? No, it is not relevant. Death can come at any time. Yes, that is the meaning of this one, right? The another meaning of this one is this one. Death can come at any time means, yes, that is correct. See, man must die one day, that is 100% correct. But in this context, it is not at all related to this one. Okay, death can come at any time means the meaning of that one is death keeps no calendar. That means it can come at any time. The same statement was told in another manner. So here only 2 follows. First one, even though that is a universal fact, it is not at all relevant to my given statement. So I will say that it is not correct. Next, population increase coupled with depleting resources is going to be the scenario of many developing countries in days to come. Okay. See, already the resources is depleting. Because of this the population increase, it is depleting in the double phase. Okay, that is the meaning of this one in the coming days. Now, the population of developing countries will not continue to increase in future. See here students, does this spoke anything about the increase in the future or present? No, right? So that is not correct. It will be very difficult for the government of developing countries to provide its people decent quality of life. Yes, that is correct. See here students, in the developing countries, the population is rising and the resources are decreasing. Then obviously, it will be difficult for the government to produce good quality of life. Yes, so here only 2 is correct for me. Only 2 is correct for me here. Okay, next one. All the organized persons find time for rest. Okay. Sunita, in spite of her very busy schedule, finds time for rest. That means Sunita is very busy and she is giving time for rest, means obviously Sunita is an organized person. Now, Sunita is an organized person. Yes. Why? Because still, even though she is busy, she is giving time for rest. So, she is an organized. Sunita is an industrious person. Yes. Very busy means, yes, she is an industrious. So, here both follows for us. Both follows. Next, quality has a price tag. So, quality is having a price tag. That is the statement. That means, if you increase the quality, definitely the price also increases. That is the meaning of quality has a price tag. India is allocating lots of funds to education. Now, see here students, whenever these type of things are given, so what does it mean is, India is allocating funds just to increase the quality of education, right? Why? Because why this statement was given before this statement means, the relation between these two statements is, yes, quality as a price tag means, if you invest more, you will get a better quality. That is the understanding. And immediately they told that India is allocating lots of funds to education means, what does it tells us is, India is investing more money so that the quality of education increases. Here the context is that one. If they say that quality has a price tag and India is allocating more money on food products means, yes, they want to increase the standard of food style of the people. That is the reason they are investing more money. That is how you need to think. Now, quality of education in India would improve soon. Yes. Why? Because they are spending more money means obviously the quality increases. Funding alone can. That means is it the only method? No. It is not the only method, so that is wrong. So, here our answer becomes only one follows. Only one follows. Is alone means alone is not at all possible. So, here our answer becomes only one follows. Only one follows. Next. Yes, I know honesty is the primary concern for discharging the duties of police officer and my officers are aware of this. Statement of Police Commissioner of City S told. So, this is the statement said by the statement of the Police Commissioner. I know honesty is the primary concern for discharging the duties of police officer and my officers are aware of this. My officers are aware of, my officers know it, but we cannot say that whether they are following or not. My officers are following it. If we say that means, yes, definitely they are following it. But he is telling that my officers know it. That means we don't know whether they are following or not. Now, the statement of Police Commissioner of City S is absolutely right. See here students, absolutely right. It may or may not be. Why? Because that is a perspective of a person, so that is wrong. Next, the statement of Police Commissioner of City S is not absolutely right. See here, this one is also not correct. So, that means what will happen for me here? What will happen for me here? Either or will get. So, either one, that means he might have told correct or he might have told wrong. Only two things will be there. He might be correct or he might be wrong. So, either or. Modern man influences his destiny by the choice he makes, unlike in the past. See, modern man is making his destiny. Modern man influences his destiny by the choice. He is making the choices so that it will impact his destiny. He makes, unlike in the past. That means earlier it is not used to happen, but now it is happening. That is the thing he was telling. Earlier there were less options available to the man. No, earlier also options are available, but he doesn't made any choices there. So, this one is wrong. They doesn't spoke about the options, right? Next, there was no desire in the past to influence the destiny. Yes, that is correct. People don't have any desire. Opportunities are there, but public don't have the desire. So, here only 2 is correct for us. Only 2 is correct for us here. Only second conclusion is correct. So these are the statements and conclusions, students. So see, students, you need to choose the best one among the given options. So think wisely while answering these statement conclusions, statement assumptions, and next we are going to discuss statement arguments also. Okay, thank you very much.